my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make the cape that I showed you how to make the pattern for in the last video for an 11-inch to 17-inch dollar bear. So what you should now have is your pattern and your cut out fabric. So you should now have 4 fronts cut out of your fabric, 2 backs on the fold, and 4 hood pieces. So let's get started. So first of all, what you want to do is mark onto your fabric where the slit for your bear's or doll's arm will be. So how I do that is I take some of the pins out my pattern and put them through the points that I need to mark on the pattern, and then fold up the pattern and with some chalk just mark on my fabric where those points are. I then take off the rest of the pattern and grab a pin again, and then transfer those markings to the other pieces of the piece of clothing with chalk. So now what you want to do is grab 2 pieces of fabric, then you have 2 pairs, and you are going to sew in an oval shape connecting those 2 dots together. So now that you have your oval full sewn for your arm slits, you now want to cut through the middle of the oval as close to the stitching as possible without actually going through the stitching. So once you have snipped through your oval, you now want to take one of the layers of the front and pull it through the hole to the back. So now you have a right side out front with a slit for your doll or bear's arm. You now want to press that hole so that the layers lay nice and flat. So now that you have pressed your arm slits nicely, you now want to finish off the centre to front of your cape. So either overlook or zigzag the edge of your cape, fold it under to the notches and press it, and then as close to the edge of the fold as possible, stitch it down. So now that you have finished off your front edge, you now want to grab your 2 back pieces, take them off the pattern and fold them out. You then want to take one and you're going to split the 2 sections of your front pieces apart You're then going to pin one side of your back to one layer of your fronts, and then the other side, the side to your other, to one layer of your other front. You're then going to stitch both seams, and then you're going into repeat the other sides. So now that you have sewn your back pieces to your fronts, this is what you should have. So now you're going to put right sides out like so, and then you're going to finish off the bottom edge. So what you will do is either zigzag or overlock the bottom layers together, then turn up the edge and stitch it down. So now you have finished off the bottom of your cape. You now want to attach your two layers together along the neckline. So what you will do is either zigzag or overlock your two layers together along the neck edge. So now you have attached your layers together at the neck edge. You can now put the body of your cape to one side for a minute and grab your hood pieces. You are going to unpin your hood from the pattern pieces, and you're going into separate them out into two pairs. You're then going to stitch from here to here to join your hoods around the centre back. You're now going to attach your two pairs of hoods together around the centre front seam. So if you open out your hoods and match them right sides together at the top seam and pin, and then at the bottom edge on one side and the bottom edge to edge on the other side. You can now sew around this seam to attach your hoods together. You can now turn your hood in the right way and place your hoods inside one another. And then you can press the opening seam to make it lay nice and flat. You can now overlock or zigzag the bottom edge to edge of your hood together. So now you have your completed hood. So now grab your main cape body back, and what you are going to do is with right sides together, you are going to pin your hood to your cape. So you need to match the centre backs of your cape and hood, and then your centre fronts. And then you are going to stitch along this edge to attach your hood to your cape. Now you have attached your hood to your cape, you're going into stitch your seam allowance down towards the cape side. The last thing to do to this cape is to add your buttonholes and your buttons. So measure how far apart you want your buttonholes to be. Machine your buttonholes and then stitch your buttons on. And there you have it, a finished cape, nished cape for your 17 to 11 inch doll or bear. So until next time, bye.